Hi, Oscar424 here with a game. It's a quick little game, Frasier Fantasy. It's Pokemon mechanics with a Frasier sitcom episode backdrop. If it doesn't make sense, that's fine. We're here to have a good time anyway. So we start by Frasier's umpteenth in time soiree. Frasier, with a very terrifyingly large forehead, wants to show off his silverware collection to the social elite in Seattle. But to do that, he puts a list together of things he has to do to make everything perfect before he shows these off. He has to collect a few things, get his dad out of the house, deal with Daphne, it's fine. So we're going to look at the quick list. That's the list. We don't need to look at it again, it's fine. First and foremost, Dad wants us to pick up some pieces of paper. So we grab one right there, we're going to grab them off the piano, and then we're going to pick up one off the balcony. Cool. First thing, done. Go chases Dad. Or go chases the dog. Words are hard, okay? Anywho, so we're going to travel through Seattle because apparently Frasier can walk incredibly fast given how large Seattle is. But before we go in to do our job, we're going to go to a conventional gift in Manchester, that little segment, and that's where we're going to meet Niles. Niles apparently has our grape scissors. And to get them back, he's going to ask for us to do a small favor for him, but he doesn't want to shout it out. He's going to have us come closer. We do. And to get the scissors back, we have to get Daphne's hairbrush. It's weird. Anywho, it either translates to hard pull or chilly region. This is the doing our actual job segment. So we are a radio broadcaster giving advice, and we have to give 5 good answers that are determined by thumbs up or thumbs down, and they don't change. We have to just kind of follow the order. It's like 1, 2, 1, 1. Well, it's technically 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, and then we do a 6th answer, but I like doing the meme that is present in number 5, which is a Seattle Seahawks reference. I mean, to be fair, I'm a Packers fan, so I don't really care about the Seahawks. But anywho, we've done our job, which is great. Now we have to go turn in our, stuff, the broadcast. Put that in storage. And to do that, we're going to go through our first dungeon. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. Is one, you can fight the bats and level up, or you can live dangerously, not fight anything extra, and just go right into the boss. But to do that as a safety bit, we are going to pick up some coffee. And to do that, we're going to let this bat pass us, and we're going to pick up a coffee thermos. Coffee is essentially like a potion. Gives us some HP back for when things go terribly wrong. Also, we're going to get our picture taken for a member of the fan club. Just roll with that, it's fine. The nice thing is the timing of this is perfect, so I can just run right past everybody and go fight a boss. Now, this is very interesting. While we're using his main attack, the Freudian slap, Noel loves Star Trek, so to stall him from attacking us, we have to diss Star Trek, which is very painful because I am a big Star Trek fan. But by choosing answers that are anti-Star Trek, he doesn't attack for a while. He'll burst into tears. That's the last time he does burst into tears. And so we're going to stall a little bit longer by droning on. And that's going to put him to sleep for 2 turns. Do a little bit more damage with the Freudian slap. And at this point, we need luck to be on our side. Noel's going to keep using his phaser. And we need to dodge at least one of them. Otherwise, we're going to have to use our coffee. I would prefer that we don't use our coffee. And unfortunately, luck is not on my side right now, which is a little sketchy. But if he doesn't... he decided to hit us every single time, so it is what it is. That's fine. Sometimes I've had fights where he just dodges, Frasier dodges like every single one, which is great. And that time he didn't dodge a single one, so RNG is fun. Anyway, we're getting a phone call saying that, hey, you know that restaurant that you owned? Things going down. Things are going down at it, and you might want to check it out. So we're going to go check it out. Now, in the any percent version of this area is actually completely optional. Since we're going for 100%, and that's collecting 5 items and all the key items, we are going to go here. And it's an abandoned restaurant, basically. There's eels in tanks. It makes perfect sense to someone. Anyway, there's a big crash. We should go investigate it, but actually instead I'm going to go back to the kitchen because I think there's an item there that we don't know is there yet, but I know it's there because I've played this game more times than I'd like to admit in public conversation. Also, eels are now safely roaming around outside of tanks. It's fine. Anywho, over here is a walkie-talkie, which is fine. I am not going to be fast enough there. So at this point, we are just going to let the eel follow its natural course outside of its tank because logic is a thing that doesn't exist in this game. And we're going to proceed on. I'm going to save the game very quickly. I don't necessarily need to save my game right here, but just in case something weird happens during this next fight, it's better safe than sorry. So at this point, Otto has crashed his car into this fine falling apart establishment. We have to convince him to get out. So to do so, we have to answer very specific things. Otherwise, he is going to quite literally continue to charge through the building and hit us. So thankfully we were able to convince Otto to get out because children inheriting money is a terrible thing apparently. So Otto can use different attacks, some of the walkie-talkie that we were using. And sometimes, if you can use the walkie-talkie to talk to him, but if you do it a second time, he will get into his car and do 50 points of damage to you. So at this point, we are we are dealing with some Cherry's Jubilee. This is what we want to see, because that's what if we use the lighter, it'll do bonus damage. Unfortunately, the other one was the masala that was very runny. There's no real nice way to not take damage during that, which is fine. He doesn't use it that often. What we do want to see the most is those Cherry's Jubilee, because again, that's doing the most damage with the lighter. The walkie-talkie will just use the Freudian slap and it's fine. So we are probably 2? Actually now we're 2 attacks away. So we're going to use the Freudian slap again. He's going to throw it, it's fine. And we're going to end with some Cherry's Jubilee once more. That's actually... I'm actually having a surprisingly bad RNG run. Alright. Anywho, we've done what we need to do, and I almost walked away from a side thing that we should also be doing in this area. Which is that, you know that request that Niall said we have to do? That hairbrush? Well, we need to pick it up from Daphne, and oh look, a random picture that sticks out like a sore thumb. I wonder what happens if we pick it up. Oh, something fell. That's the hairbrush. So to get out of here, we just, as long as we stick to the bottom of that area and just gun it, we'll be able to get through without Daphne catching us. If she does catch us, we just have to start that little area once more. There's a safe way of getting past her, but we don't need to. We can just get right through. It's fine. So we're going to turn that in right quick. And Niall's going to be very thankful and give us the scissors. No, he's not. But he's left a totally not conspicuous path to this now totally not conspicuously open gate. It's fine. Oops. And I just went the wrong way. That's totally fine. So we have to deal with dogs now. And for the record, dogs are not free. They're actually quite strong in this. We're just going to let the doggos do their thing. And we get by them very quickly. There we go. So we get through. We're kind of mad at Niles because, well, he lied to us, and the scissors are in the chamber. But before we go in there, we are going to save our game, because when you save your game, you get your HP back. And this fight, because we haven't leveled up beforehand, we need to be at full HP, especially since I've already had to use my coffee. So this is a very, as long as we just keep doing Freudian slaps, we will have just enough HP to be fine. 'Cause the attack pattern for this is we're going to get 3 attacks by Yoshi the Gardener. Then the maid, Maris, is going to come and heal, which is fine. Or heal our enemy. We're going to use slap one more time. Now Maris is going to be preparing the big bell. Summons Gunner. Gunner's going to do a good amount of damage to us, which is fine. Because, again, we'll have just enough HP to just get through with Freudian slaps. Because we will take her out on 2 turns from now, so now 1 more turn. And that's fine. And when we do defeat our wonderful opponent, we will get the scissors. Which is kind of important for what we were trying to do, you know? Like, we kind of needed those. Anywho, so we have completed everything we needed. We have all of our items. We have completed all of our quests. And now we have to go socially climb. There's just one problem. The social elites have taken the elevator, and now Frasier has to run upstairs. And as you can tell, this is a very challenging race. You can talk to people, you can open random doors, especially if you don't know which door is yours. But we're getting to the second area, and thankfully, faulty wiring saves the day. Like, it stops them, but it doesn't drop them, so I appreciate that. Anyway, we need to get to door number 19. And that is our door. We will fight, quote-unquote, the final boss. The most powerful boss of all. The ex-wife, Lilith. So this fight can go one of 2 ways. Either Frasier receives his dignity or doesn't. If he doesn't get, it's basically how you answer the final question. If you answer to think of, for Lilith to think of her son or our son, she will kind of just be like, I'm done with this, and walk away peacefully. If you tell Lilith to think of her reputation, she gets a little upset and clocks Frasier in the head, or gives him a black eye. And the only thing that really changes is the cutscene shortly after. Either Frasier is happy and clean-faced, and if he got punched, he has a giant black eye and he looks pretty uncomfortable. But we're going to be nice, and we are going to have Lilith think of her son and end on a positive note. So she's just like, yeah, you are not worth it for me. And in doing so, Frasier has found dignity. So, GG's on Frasier. Anyway, so we're at the final part of this where we get to schmooze with the social leap, but we're not going to because we're speedrunning this. We're just going to go right away to showcase our wonderful silverware, and we're missing a fork. And as it turns out, Dad used that to check for fleas. So Dog comes out, freaks out the social elites, completely ruining the party. Frasier is just beside himself. Also, for some reason, Daphne suddenly comes out and dealing with sleepwalking business, and it's okay, because at that point, I can say it's officially time. That's it! That's Frasier Fantasy. It's got some great memes and jokes if you are a fan of the Frasier sitcom from days past. But yeah, it's a really quick little run. That's actually some pretty bad RNG. But even with that, we did pretty well. This little end scene doesn't really matter. Either Frasier wins or the dog wins. Doesn't change anything. But yeah. With that, I hope you had fun. I'm Oscar424. And take care.